At the 30, 25, cuts back, breaks the tackle, still going, churning those legs, and he's down to the 10, maybe to the 9-yard line. Perfectly set up screen pass. They set it up, and then Gregory used his strength to add more onto that play. That's a gain of 24 yards, and a big play for the Spartans. As Darius Gregory using his receiving and running skills, and it's going to be 1st and goal for M State at the 9-yard line. We're inside of 11 minutes to play first quarter. Freitag will go out wide right. Be McGowan wide left. Gregory in the backfield. Now we have a whistle here. Is trying to figure things timeout or what the situation is here. Yeah, it looks like a timeout is called here on the field. I didn't see a signal as to who called the timeout. Both teams are huddling, so yeah, it looks to be a timeout. So when play resumes, it'll be 10:57 left in the first quarter. Spartans will have it 1st and goal from the Central Lakes 9-yard line. And just a heads up, M State no longer charges an application fee when applying for college. M State has removed a potential barrier to higher education for prospective students and encouraging more people to advance their education. Another perk of applying at M State. All right, both teams getting back on the field here. It'll be 1st and goal for the Spartans. They have it at the Central Lakes 9-yard line. Impressive drive here so far for the Spartans. And Cooper will work out of the gun. He has Gregory to his left, Dreets to his right, a receiver out wide on each side. Cooper takes a snap, and he hands it off to Gregory. Gregory goes up the middle and pushed back. It's going to be, I think, with some forward progress. Darius with his 2nd carry. His 1st carry was for 9 yards. Yeah, it looks like it's actually going to be no gain on the play. They're going to mark maybe a half-a-yard pickup on that one. So 2nd and goal, ball at the 9-yard line for the Spartans. Exclusive shotgun, single back. Gregory in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And here is Cooper. Hands it off Gregory. He gets outside, fakes right, cuts back to his left, stays on his feet. He lunges into the end zone. That is an M State Spartan touchdown. Gregory with some nifty footwork, almost like he faked side and cut quickly back to the inside. And that is a 9-yard Darius touchdown run. And he has looked impressive already in this game. And the Spartans lead it 6-0. And they'll bring on their kicker, Carson McKnight, sophomore, to attempt the extra point. McKnight ready. See if the Spartans can convert this. Snap is down, kick is up, and he rifles it through the uprights. It's good. Carson McKnight, extra point is good. Spartans lead at 7-0 here in the early going. A very nice start for M State, getting the defensive stop, going down the field, and putting a touchdown on the board. Darius Gregory, 9-yard touchdown run, and it's 7-0. The Spartans with the lead. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
We're joined by Lori Charest, and Lori is the ceramics instructor at M State and a big part of the art program there. She and John Cox run that program. What can you tell me about what the classes would be like?
There's always an element of lecture, demonstration, work on your own. There's a lot of time that you have to work within your studio time with the instructor there. And I think that's another really great thing about our college, that John and I are professionals in our field. There's not graduate assistants. We are the teachers, and so we have a wealth of experience to share with the students.
Lori Charest from the art department at M State in Fergus Falls.
Spartans with a great drive and take the lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. We're almost 5 minutes into the game, and Carson McKnight ready to kick it away here on the ensuing kickoff after the score. And he approaches, lets it fly. Booming high kick. It's going to be Cage fielding it at the 10. He's at the 15, trying to get up the left side 20, 25, a little bit of room 30, and is brought down at about the 33-yard line. Flag goes down at the end of the play. Tackle looked like it was made for the Spartans by Corey Delk. Also, yeah, Delk in there on the tackle. We'll see what the penalty is. It's going to be a face mask penalty on the Spartans, so they will tack some more yardage on at the end of that play. So that is the first penalty we've seen of the game. And they will mark it off. I'm assuming it will be a 15-yard penalty, and yes, it is. Marking it all the way up to the 48, so that'll give the Raiders some very nice field position here, as they'll start from their own 48-yard line with 9:59 to play first quarter. M State 7 and Central Lake 0. Matt Torres working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here comes a handoff going up the middle, met quickly and brought down right at midfield for a gain of a couple yards. And the ball carrier on that one was Anthony Lewis Royal. Lewis Royal with the carry brings up 2nd and 8. Actually, maybe he got 3 on that one, 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd and 7 with the ball in Spartan territory at the 49-yard line. Here is Torres again, working out of the gun, back to pass, looking across the middle, deflected, almost intercepted, and it got batted to the ground by Joey DeMarco. Man, and if he could have gotten there a split second earlier, he would have been gone. But in any event, it's an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders. Raiders, 2 receivers coming out wide right. That's Guerra and Owens. And Torres out of the gun, fakes one way, comes back. Now he's met by the Spartans and brought down, and he is sacked. And coming right in there on the sack, it was Keandre Hodges, Cheo Trotter in the neighborhood. And a big defensive play for M State, and that's going to force the Raiders into a punting situation here once again. As it will now be a 4th and 17 after a loss of 10 yards on that sack. And coming on to punt will be Zach Jones for the Raiders. And there's the snap. And Jones lets it fly, end over end kick, takes a bounce, and actually it goes out of bounds on the far sideline. And officials will have to figure out where that went out of bounds. They're going to mark it, it looks like, at the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 8:36 to play. Coach Miller couldn't ask for a better start. On the 3 stanzas, defense got to stop the first time. Spartans went down, scored a touchdown after a key 3rd down conversion on a pass completed to Isaac Freitag, and it ended with a Rondarius Gregory 9-yard touchdown run. And then the Spartan defense getting a stop, forcing a punt. Key play was a sack by Keandre Hodges, and M State will have the ball, and they'll start from their own 37-yard line, 1st down and 10. And KJ Cooper out of the gun, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cooper back to pass across the middle. Pass is complete across midfield, right up to about the 48, maybe the 47-yard line, and that was Marquez Hurst with the reception. And that is going to be a gain of 15 yards. Cooper to Hurst, so Cooper now is 3 of 5 passing the ball for 53 yards. Hurst with his first reception of the game. Spartans coming out, they're throwing the football a lot here. They've ran it 4 times. And they've attempted 5 passes here in the early going, leading 7-0. And Cooper out of the gun, back to pass, looking left, steps up, in a little bit of trouble. Now scrambling, out of trouble, looking, and finally gets out of bounds. And it looks like he's going to be maybe in the similar range of the line of scrimmage. So we'll see. I think it's going to be about no gain on the play. More importantly for M State, Cooper was able to do a good job of getting out of trouble and scrambling. Yeah, maybe he lost half a yard, but we'll just call it 2nd and 10 again here. With 8 minutes to play as he was forced out of bounds. So 2nd and 10 coming up. And the ball is just past the 49-yard line in Central Lakes territory. 2 receivers out to each side, and Cooper hands it off to Gregory. He's met quickly and going to be brought down for a loss. Gregory didn't have a chance on that one as the Raiders' defensive line burst through there quickly. So that's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for M State. The ball just went back into Raider territory, just shy of midfield. It was 7.5 minutes to play first quarter. Cooper out of the gun here once again. And a 4 wide receiver set. Gregory in the backfield. Cooper takes a snap, back to pass. Lofting it down the left side and a little bit overthrown, looking for Isaiah Griffin on the near sideline, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Spartans with 7:13 to go. Raiders made a key defensive play, stopping Gregory and forcing a 2-yard loss. And now M State in a punting situation. And it'll be Carson McKnight coming on to punt it for the Spartans. Going back deep for the Raiders will be Rashawn Cage, sophomore wide receiver and returner. He had a good kickoff return to open the game. So McKnight takes a snap, and he lets it go. And fair catch called by Cage, and he caught it, and it looks like maybe there was some contact made on the fair catch. And it looks like the Spartans might get penalized for making contact with the, it wasn't any major contact, but got bumped there. You're not supposed to touch. Officials are talking it over here as the ball was caught at the 23-yard line of Central Lakes. So 7:05 to play in the first quarter. It's M State 7, Central Lakes nothing. Officials still having a conversation on what they're going to do here. Still waiting for the call, yeah, and it is going to be a penalty on the Spartans. That will move it up 15 yards, another costly penalty. Spartans had a face mask at the end of their kickoff that pushed the Raiders forward 15 yards, and this is going to push them 15 yards up to the 38-yard line. So Spartans penalized a couple times already for 30 yards. And the Raiders will start off 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Torres out of the gun, 2 receivers out right. And here's the handoff, trying to cut left, breaking 1 tackle, pulling the pile forward out of bounds at about the 46, 47-yard line. That is Jamonte Franklin on the carry for the Raiders. That's an 8-yard gain. So the Raiders with 3 different rushes by 3 different players. Looks like a running back by committee here for Central Lakes in their first game, and it'll be 2nd down and 2 with the ball at the 46-yard line. So Torres out of the gun again. Both teams working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right. They're going to give it back to Franklin. Now he's stuffed and dropped quickly. Very nice tackle there made by the Spartans. That was Cheo Trotter in there and hitting Franklin immediately. And it'll be no gain on the play. So another key play here. 3rd and 2 for the Raiders at their own 46-yard line. 6.5 minutes to play first quarter. Torres working out of the gun. 2 receivers out wide right. And back to pass, Torres swings it over, and the pass is complete, but wrapped up and brought down shy of the first down. Great defensive play there was made by Joey DeMarco, and it'll be a gain of a yard as the pass went to Paul Meyer, his second catch, but both for short yardage. So 4th down and a yard to go from the 47, so let's see what Raiders coach Greg Medic does here on 4th and 1. And they're going to look like they're going to go for it, at the very least, see if they can get an offsides or go for it here and try to keep the chains going. They are going for it. There's a handoff up the middle and brought down quickly. It's going to be close. Franklin was brought down, and man, that is going to be close. Franklin got the carry. He was met quickly, able to lunge forward a little bit, which might have been enough, but we'll see. It is going to be right on the borderline. So let's see where the officials mark it. And they might be measuring here. Still no signal. And yeah, I think they're going to come out and measure. The ball is at the 40, just a hair past the 47. Based on where the sticks are, it seems a little short, but that's not always the indicator. So we shall see as they bring the sticks out. And yeah, it is going to be short. It's going to be shy. It is going to be shy. The Spartans get the big defensive stop. It was about half a yard short. And a big play for M State to get the ball back, and they will have it in Central Lakes territory. Raiders took a risk trying to keep their drive going, and M State came up big. In fact, that drive started off with an 8-yard run, and it was 2nd and 2. And then the Spartan defense came up big 3 plays in a row, and they are rewarded by getting the football back with 5:35 to play here in the first quarter, and they'll get their offense back on the field, leading 7-0. And then here comes quarterback KJ Cooper out of the gun. Griffin McGowan out left. 2 receivers out to the right. Back to pass is Griffin. Across the middle he looks, and it's intercepted at the 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40. Breaking 1 tackle, staying on his feet. He's up to the 45, now to midfield and more, and brought down at the 37-yard line. The interception made by Ryan Enquist. And there's the big play that the Raiders were looking for. Ryan Enquist, the pass was overthrown, and Enquist with a very good return after the catch too. He probably returned that thing about 38 yards or so, and the Raiders are going to have it 1st and 10 at the Spartan 36-yard line. So Ryan Enquist with the interception, and the Raiders get the football back. And they will have it 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. And working out of the gun is Torres. And Torres fakes a handoff. They swing pass over on the left side, trying to get outside. He's got some good yardage and gets out of bounds close to the first down. As that was Sherrod Russell on the swing pass. He gained 9 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and a yard. So Ryan Edquist, the sophomore, with a big play there. And it's 2nd down and a yard here for the Raiders. Torres will work out of the shotgun from the 27-yard line and going up the middle. Looks like enough for a 1st down, going straight up the middle for a short gain. As the pile comes loose, the run was made by Darrell Bell, and that was a gain of a couple, but that was enough for a 1st down. So the chains move, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Spartan 24-yard line. 4:40 to play, first quarter. Raiders send Owens and Guerra out wide to the right. Torres works out of the gun. Back to pass, looking right. slings it to the right side, pass complete, and pulling the tackler forward is Ethan Guerra, and he's tackled at about the 17-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 yards on the play. Guerra with his first catch of the ball game. And second down, yeah, it looks like maybe more of a 6-yard gain. It'll be second down and 4 for the Raiders. So Matt Torres, sophomore quarterback. Meyer goes in motion for the Raiders. He takes the snap. Handoff goes right up the middle. And working his way forward for a couple yard gain before being brought down. It was Anthony Lewis Royal with the carry. Looked like he only picked up a yard on the play. So it'll be third down and 3 for the Raiders. A short 3 with the ball at the Spartan 17-yard line. 3:15 to play first quarter. Spartans lead at 7-0. And here's Torres, 2 receivers out left this time. Torres back to pass, looking, sending it, lofting it towards the end zone, and it is complete. Beautiful pass from Torres as he finds Jackson Owens in the end zone. No flags on the field. And from up here, the view we had, we could see that developing, and Torres put that right on the money to Jackson Owens. And that is a Central Lakes touchdown. It's 7-6 now, and they'll have a chance to tie the game or take the lead here. Yeah, they're going to try to kick the extra point. Big momentum switch. Spartans kind of controlled the first quarter, but then that interception and the long return by Ryan Edquist. And then the touchdown reception for Jackson Owens from Torres. And here is the snap. The extra point is up, and it is good. And that will tie it up. Andrew Gottwald, the kicker, with the extra point. So we're all tied up at 7, 3:05 to play here in the first quarter. We will take a quick timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
Lauren Proles, she is the Assistant Director of Campus Life and Housing at M-State in Fergus Falls. From everything I've heard from students who went to M-State, the campus life is awesome. It's not just go to your class, go do your homework, repeat the next day. I mean, there's a lot going on at M-State in Fergus Falls.
Yeah, and that kind of adds to that whole picture of the holistic student and really kind of developing some of those areas that you may not get in the classroom or at work.
A lot of students tell me, I wish it was a 4-year school because they have so much fun in the 2 years.
Yeah, it's hard to leave. It's hard to say goodbye as a student and to see their students go too. But you're always going on to bigger and better things.
Lauren Proles, she is the Assistant Director of Campus Life and Housing at M-State in Fergus Falls.
Well, after the Spartans controlled much of the first quarter, the Raiders strike back and they tie the game 7-7. That was a 15-yard touchdown reception for Jackson Owens. And the Raiders will kick it away here. And the kick is on the way, fielded at the 16-yard line across the 25-30 up to about the 33-yard line. The return made by A.J. Conte. About a 18-yard return. Spartans will have it 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. So KJ Cooper has thrown 3 of 6 with my unofficial stats for 53 yards, the 1 interception. Rondarius Gregory has run the ball 4 times for 17 yards in the game. And we'll see if the Spartans can get the ball moving here on this drive with the game tied. As Cooper ready to work out of the gun, he's got Dreets to his right, Gregory to his left. They'll hand it off to Gregory. Gregory goes up the middle. He's got some room across the 40 and up to about the 43. It looks like about a 9-yard gain on the play for Rondarius Gregory bursting through that hole. As he is marked down at the just shy of the 43-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and a yard to go here for the Spartans. Man, the weather is just perfect right now. Just a little breeze here and there. Probably about 70 degrees outside. Sunny, 71 to be exact. On a perfect day here on the campus of M State. There's a handoff to Gregory once again. He's got the first down and gets a few more after the initial contact up to the 47-yard line. 4-yard pickup for Gregory, so he's up to 30 yards here on the afternoon. 7 apiece is the score. Spartans 1-0 on the year. Central Lakes playing their first game of the season. And these two teams, these players played in quite a game in the playoff game last year that the Spartans won in the first round of the playoff here at M State, 27-24 on a Carson McKnight field goal from 47 yards as the clock expired. What a dramatic win that was last year in the playoffs. On 1st and 10, Cooper back to pass. Ball is deflected, incomplete. It was deflected by Ramon Lee, the linebacker. And I believe that was intended for Isaiah Griffin. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. With the ball at the Central Lakes 47-yard line. 1:45 to play first quarter. Coming out wide left for M State is Eustace McGowan. And 2-back set. Handoff goes to Gregory. Cuts up the middle. Nice footwork over midfield all the way up to the 46-yard line. And that'll make the 3rd down much more manageable as he gets to the 46-yard line. 7-yard gain for Rondarius Gregory. It'll be 3rd down and 3 as the Spartans venture into Central Lakes territory again, and a big 3rd down and 3 coming up with 1:15 to play here in the first quarter. Going out wide right for the Spartans is Isaac Freitag. Out to the left is McGowan. 2-back set. Now some movement. The Raiders get back. They hand it off to Gregory. Rondarius. Another fancy footwork. He's got the first down. Moving those legs forward across the 35 all the way to the 33-yard line. And that was an impressive run. And that was about a 13-yard gain on that play. And that moves the chains. And Spartans have it, 1st and 10 at the Raider 33-yard line. We're now at 35 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Freitag out wide right. It's McGowan wide left. Cooper out of the gun, 2-back set, back to pass, looking left. Now across the middle, pass is complete. Beautiful catch by McGowan down to about the 6 or 5-yard line. What a catch by McGowan in traffic. And that is a gain of about 28 or 29 yards. We'll call it a gain of 28 yards with a catch by freshman Eustace McGowan. Cooper zipped that across the middle, and the concentration to catch that in traffic and keep control of the football. That's going to be the 7-yard line. It looks like we'll call it a 27-yard reception, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. What a last play it was, and the Spartans are threatening big time here now. When we return, it'll be a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter of play. M State 7, Central Lakes 7. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Spartan Football on Channel 977.
Stephanie Gerhardson is with us, the director of the theater at M State in Fergus Falls. If you have a person who's really interested in pursuing theater at the next level, what are the things that really will benefit them by coming to M State first and getting that their footing in theater and maybe just figuring it out which way they want to go?
The thing about it is, we are obviously smaller. The benefit of that is you get to do everything. You kind of get exposed to everything, whether you want to or not, you know. And so I have students, you know, standing on the stage while I'm trying to focus lights, or I have students running the light, figure it out. So because we are smaller, a lot of my students have to multitask. You know, I will have a student being an actor and stage manager, which is really hard, but you know, they can do it. And so they just are able to experience everything, and they don't have to pick.
Steph Gerhardsen from the College Theater Department at M-State.
All right, getting the second quarter going here, and the Spartans ended with a big 27-yard reception to McGowan, and they'll have it first and goal at the Raider 7-yard line, tied up at 7. Cooper hands it off. No, Cooper keeps it himself, faked it to Gregory, trying to get outside, tripped up, spins away from the defense, lunges forward, and he's down to about the 2-yard line. He tried to leap forward to get as much as he could. It looked like Cooper was going to go down 2 or 3 times, and finally he was able to get extra 4 yards after the contact. And that looks like it's all the way down. It looks to me like the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 6 for KJ Cooper. Second and goal with the ball at the 1-yard line. Receiver out wide right is Freitag. Another out left, McGowan. And the handoff goes to Gregory. Rondarius right up the middle.
Do you have